Welcome back to Good Day Atlanta. It's 9:23 now, and Fox's The Gifted is set in the X-Men franchise and tells the story of a family on the run with their mutant teenagers. They then join an underground network of other mutants to join the fight and survive in a hostile world. And one of the stars of the show, Jamie Chung, plays a mutant named Blink, and she joins me now to talk about what's ahead. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, we're so happy to have you with us today. Looking forward to the show. I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
So your character, Blink, has teleportation powers.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, technically she opens portals. So
Okay.
there's always two portals, and she can transport herself as well as other objects. So she's still in the beginning phases of like figuring her power out. So she's not as advanced as the Blink that you might have seen on Days of Future Past.
Okay, she's getting there though.
We hope.
She's getting there for sure. Walk us through, I guess, characteristics of what it's like to play Blink. What do you feel when you're taping these episodes?
Yeah, well, there's two different kind of mutants on the show. There are mutants that can pass as humans and can just be within society and get away with it. And there's other mutants on the show that have markings, visible markings of a mutant. So there's birthmarks, there's little elf ears that I have to put on in the morning, contacts. It's pretty obvious, and she stands out. But
how much did you know about X-Men and Marvel and all of that before you got into this? Or did you have to do like a crash course to prepare to do
no,
this
not
show?
at all. I mean, I grew up reading comic books, you know.
Yeah.
I was heavily influenced with them as a child, but with this character it's its own element. Like our X-Men show is in a different universe than any of the other movies or shows that you've seen. It's its own entity. So our story takes place in contemporary times. There are, you know, very similar themes on our show that touch up on like political issues and the current that we have today, political climate that we have today. So it's very different. We're not like running around in spandex and saving the world. Like it really is just a story of mutants who are trying to survive.
Yeah, they're outcasts.
Exactly.
Yeah, which isn't something that you're right that we typically get to see in these
Exactly.
movies. So you mentioned the ears and the contacts. So what else did you have to do to prepare to play Blink?
Well, I mean, it's just I did my research. She's in a lot of comics. She's in Exiles. She's also in a couple movies. So, you know, it just requires a lot, but it really is your own. It really is your own.
You can
thing.
make it your own.
Yeah, you have to embody.
Yeah. If you in real life could have a mutant superpower, what would it be?
Any mutant power.
Yeah, anything. That's kind of tough, isn't it?
It's you know, I would say to be able to like magnetism is really cool, and one of our characters, Polaris, has that power. But like, if you had like steel toe shoes, you can fly. Like you can really do anything with that. So it's pretty powerful.
Hey,
I
that
say
would be a really good one. Okay, you said something that I think is absolutely hysterical. I'm gonna read this quote. Here it is, and I quote: "I've never been on a show for more than 13 episodes, so I consider myself to be a bit of a bad luck."
True story. I mean,
that's hilarious.
12 on one, 13 on another. It's
Yeah.
never gone longer than that. But
I mean, you got to be able just to joke.
knock on wood.
And please at home do that as well. I love that you said that and have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. You're also a fashion blogger. How do you
Yes.
find time to do that in addition to being an actress?
Yeah, I have a blog called whatthechung.com, and I'm constantly traveling.
That's cute.
Thank you.
Like that.
I'm constantly traveling, but there's so many creative people everywhere, especially in Atlanta. There's like a thriving artist community and like fantastic photographers. So you just put it on social media, say like, hey, would you like to meet up, and you know, do some exchange, like shots for shots. Like take some for your website, you can take some for mine, and it usually works out pretty well. But
Awesome.
yeah, you just find time on your off time.
Yeah, and I like what you said about Atlanta being such a hotbed for artists and for artistry.
It's thriving.
So true.
Yeah.
So true, which also is where the show is filmed as well. So one more question here. What do you think that our audience will most connect with when they watch the premiere?
I think, you know, the fans of the X-Men will get a kick out of seeing some of the characters that they're used to seeing in the comic books. So you have that, like we try to please the fan base, but then for people who aren't very familiar with the franchise, it really is about, the core story is about two families. One family, the Struckers, who live a fairly normal life until they realize that two of their kids are mutants, and now they're on the run because they're being hunted by the Sentinel services. So you have the family element, but then you also have like the action element. So I really do think that, you know,
Twists and turns.
it would appeal to a wide range.
Something for everyone here.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us today. We got
Thank
Jamie
you.
Chung. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to
Gotta
meet
come
you.
back and see us. The Gifted premieres Monday night at 9 o'clock right here on Fox 5. And she is also a Good Day viewer. I love it. Time is 9.